Hi friends, I went to the grocery store and was met with this beautiful assortment of plants I had to share. So here is some rosemary, and you can see that it's for a patio, so it's great for your cooking in the summer. And here we have astrolameria in vibrant colors. So beautiful colors, that purple especially I really liked. And this was smaller containers, but these plants get really huge. These are perennials. So goldstrum coneflower, and I think they had some lilac lollipop bee balm. So really great plants because they're perennial. They'll come back every year. They also had hostas, which were Hosta Patriot, which I can't believe I don't have in my garden. I have similar ones, but not that one, as well as this one I think is called guacamole. Very reasonably priced, and you can just keep splitting them. So really great prices on these really healthy looking perennials, which look amazing. And these are kind of the more annual side, but look at that vibrant color, that spring color, so pretty. This is Angelina stonecrop, which I believe is the parent plant to lemon coral sedum, but the difference is that just Angelina stonecrop is hardy for us, so I think it's a better bet. And then golden creeping jenny, which I actually just picked up a tiny pot to try out this year for the first time. Here's some dead nettle, also known as lamium, but some people hate it. I love it. I have it in my garden as a ground cover in their shady area, and it's beautiful. And here is some Aubrietta rockcress. I've heard mixed reviews about that, like when it's in bloom, and apparently it looks amazing, but when it's not so great. So anyways, that's the review on that I've heard. And here is some periwinkle or vinca minor, which seems that people are buying that, but I've never used that, so I can't really comment on that. But I really thought these violets were just so striking, and I think those reseed readily, which is, I think, a good thing. And here is some bugleweed or ajuga. I have this in my garden, and it's in bloom right now. It is stunning. It has like these spikes of like purple flowers, and so beautiful. Again, I use this as a ground cover. And then some reed grasses, which I actually don't have in my garden yet, and Munstead English lavender. And the good thing is that they're actually like carrying lavender, which is hardy for us, which is really nice. And here we have some, I believe it is coneflower. You can see the beautiful color there. So this is in a parking lot of a grocery store, and I was just amazed. The grocery store had such a wide variety and selection of plants, but this was the stunner. I was so shocked to see all of these hydrangeas on standard, these proven winter hydrangeas on standard. Quickfire, there was a limetta on standard, and there was also Pinky Winky, and I was just blown away that they had all of this variety of hydrangeas on standard, and for a really good price, like much better price than I've seen in nurseries. I think it was $80, and that's really a great deal because I've seen them in nurseries for like $100, $120 even, so yeah, there wasn't that many of them. I think people are buying those pretty quick, but great deal, and beautiful plants. Like, they're very healthy looking, they're all leafed out, so good buy. And on this side you can see just how many plants there are. There's, like I said, I was shocked how many plants the grocery store had for sale. And these were all outside. It was the day before Mother's Day, so it was a very hot, sunny day, Saturday, and you can see here's some succulent planters. A little bit pricey, but you know, if you don't like watering plants and you tend to forget or want to go on vacation, then succulents are a good way to go. Look at the size of those hostas, like massive. They're $35, but huge. And here are some patio planters that are just ready to go. You can just purchase them if you don't want to put it together your own. It's only $35 for that color all season. And this plant, it is a gold crest cypress. I think it's a variety of lemon cypress, which it's not hardy for us here, unfortunately. Like on paper it is, according to our zone, but it's never come back for me. And these are petite roses, which is a new spin on the knockout rose. So it's a petite knockout rose, and it's supposed to be patio size, I suppose. So that's really cute. If you don't have a lot of room, then you can just pop one of those on your patio. And here are some knotped hydrangeas, and these look like they shouldn't be out in the full sun. I think they were getting a little bit scorched. But these Japanese maples looked amazing. Like, look at this beautiful, beautiful color, the beautiful leaves, and you can compare them because side by side you can really tell the difference between the finely dissected leaf and the more standard maple looking leaf. And so these are acers or Japanese maples, and they usually come in these two colors, like the vibrant chartreusey green and then that deep red burgundy. So you can see both of them side by side. And here is the finely dissected green leaf. And these ones are actually like in kind of patio style planters, but they're pretty reasonably priced because Japanese maples are very expensive, and those ones will grow. These were probably a showstopper because they just grabbed my attention from across the parking lot. Like, they're just so vibrant. So they're begonias, and they are double blooms, and they are so stunning. They're an annual, but they take part sun, so really good for like a kind of a covered patio area where maybe you don't get as much sun, but like pretty reasonably priced as well. And here we have some calla lilies, which I actually looked at the color and thought that was so beautiful because I normally don't like calla lilies. I've never really liked them, but these ones, the colors were maybe changing my mind. And then here are some lilies. Again, not the biggest fan of lilies, but you can't deny that beautiful saturated color on those. Here's a plant I've never heard of before, but it has very, very vibrant colors. So on the bottom you see that pinky purple, and then here is the purple, and then there in the back it's like almost blue. So it's very interesting because usually blue in the horticultural world is actually purple, and on the top there was that bicolor pink and white. And this plant, again, I've never heard of, but it's an annual, and it's like got so much flower power. And apparently, when I read the tag, it said that it is good for early blooming, so if you don't want to wait for the height of summer for your blooms, you can get this, and basically it's so floriferous. Clearly, it's happy, and it has so many flowers, you just pinch off the old ones, and they rebloom. So, yeah, if you want flower power instantly, that would be a good choice. And then here is more of the culinary side of the plants, and including strawberries. And moving over to one of my favorite container plants is lobelia, so that's that purple there. I love that plant. And they also had some calibrachoas, again, great for containers because they like to dry out in the container before watering, so you can leave them, you don't have to be a slave to watering with those calibrachoas. I don't have any of my containers on drip, unfortunately, so yeah, it's a process. Have to water them to keep them alive. And here are some geraniums, the classic flower, which always makes me think of like southern parts of Europe, bright red geraniums and window boxes. At least that's what I think of. I saw that in Mexico as well. And here we have some climbing roses and clematis, or clematis, depending on your preference. This one in particular caught my eye, the blooms, and look at that picture. So this one is called a taiga or taiga, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but instead of being like a single, it's maybe a double plus. I don't even know how to describe that. It's like basically got flat petals and then like a puff on top of it. And the thing is, those two blooms were not the same, so I think in different stages, like they're in different stages, so they have a different type of bloom, so it's very, very interesting clematis. And the colors on it are really pretty, like that deep purple and that kind of chartreusey greeny color. So beautiful clematis. I think that one is a very interesting one. And spinning over, they had different varieties. This one was also in heavy bloom, and the flowers were, I think, like 4 inches, like they were really big. So that one's called the First Lady, I believe, and it's got the more standard size of, or standard type of flower for clematis, that kind of flat single. And just moving along here, there's also some vines, and there was another clematis in bloom here. This one's a deeper purple, more saturated, more my speed. And this one was a lighter pink, 2 shades of pink, the striping, the deeper striping, and then the paler pink for the rest of the petal. It's called Pilu. And then I had to stop to look at these beautiful begonias. Look at the color on that. That is gorgeous. It looks like a mini rose. That's a begonia I can get on board with. And here's some more shots of the Pilu clematis. I believe that's that one. And it seems to be in the height of its bloom period right now. And spinning over back to, the lavender standard. So these have gotten me so many years. These are lavender standards that are Spanish lavender. The thing is, they are just not hardy here. Like, I have tried to overwinter them. I've tried to put them in the ground. I've tried to keep them in the garage, unheated garage. They're just not hardy for a climate. So they have to be treated as an annual where I am. And unfortunately, they're very expensive, like $33. So that's an expensive annual to have just for one season. Here's some more hydrangeas. These are called heavenly hydrangeas. I thought the colors were interesting. I have so many hydrangeas in my garden, so yeah, I'm not going to get more right now, but these colors, especially this kind of fuchsia or magenta geranium, just beautiful. And here's some more calla lilies. There's this Barbie pink color, really pretty. And they also had a yellow one and white, of course, the standard white. And they can be dug up and replanted here, but it's a lot of work. So not a low maintenance plant. And here's some hydrangeas that look like sun scorched. They should not be out in the sun. They should be in the shade probably. And some welcome planters you can put by your front door if you're that kind of person.